All right, chat. In the name of proving a point to myself, I'm gonna film this video after a day of work, a full day of work. I'm filming this video after a full day's work to prove something to myself. Plus, I hate wasting a face of makeup. See, I'm in this fun little period of my life called rebuilding. I moved states, I restarted jobs. I made a lot of decisions that forced me to be uncomfortable. Now, that was for a reason. I felt like I got way too comfortable back home. I wasn't living up to my potential. So I told myself, you know what? I'm gonna give myself one last year. One last year to kind of do things the way I want. And if it doesn't work out, we're gonna have to take things the old traditional route. Now, in my pursuit of greater, I realized, especially being that this is coming after a full year break of being intentional, I've had to implement some practices, get a little tactical, if you will, about how I'm going to accomplish my goals and what it's gonna look like. There are three things I will showcase for y'all today, one of which I'm modeling right now, but we'll get to that at the end. I'm building discipline after losing motivation. You would think in your head, oh, you've had a year off. Time to put the pedal to the metal. Just take off running and go full steam ahead. No. That's how you run out of gas. That's how you get back in my position. That's how you look ahead a whole year and find yourself in the exact same position. No, we're strategizing. We are making practical decisions this time, okay? First one being tiny steps every day. I was in the car one day on the way to work and I was listening to this podcast, and this podcast was speaking to me. You know, I'm a self-improvement girl. I love all things self-improvement. He was saying how you have to be consistent. This I know. Discipline over motivation, consistency over intensity. I get it. The thing is, being consistent is a little hard. You have your days where you want to do it, you have your days where you don't want to do it. And that's when discipline's supposed to kick in, right? I hear all these words, the words are entering in my head, but practically living it out, it gets a little difficult. But he said something that I really like. Do your bare minimum on the days where you're thinking about doing nothing. So let's take today, right? I'm not feeling it. Motivation's a little low, nerves a little irritated. I'm just not feeling it today. That does not matter. I need to do everything that I know will get me to where I want to be, but I'm going to be realistic and realize, you know what? Today is not the day for me to try to film, edit, and upload a whole video in one. That's just not today. I've had days like that, but this particular day, that's just not gonna happen. My bare minimum for video editing today would be editing 30 seconds of a video. My bare minimum spiritually today would be reading one sentence of the Bible. My skincare goals would be taking off my makeup and washing it. No moisturizer today, I guess. You want to make sure that you don't let a day go by, even if that means you do the bare minimum for one day. Maybe your bare minimum one day might be putting a bonnet on instead of putting your curlers in. I don't know, y'all. What I'm trying to get through to you is that you don't want to miss a day, because once you tell yourself that missing a day is okay, missing a day becomes okay, and missing a day is not okay. Do the bare minimum, if nothing at all. Always do something. It helps with becoming who you say you are. All you are as a person are a series of patterns. All you are is what you've always been doing. And if you want to become somebody new, guess what? You have to consistently do things that you have not done yet. So all I'm trying to do is tell my body, tell my mind, tell my soul, this pattern that you're doing, that's who you are. I'm not going to let a day go by, because Jalen a year from now wouldn't actually let it go by. Before you do nothing, do the bare minimum. Now this next one is something coincidentally this man that I was serving at the bar told me, and I don't know why, but it really stuck with me this time. I've heard it all my life because unfortunately your girl has struggled with this all her life, but it really sunk in this time. He told me that if you cannot manage your time well, you will not be able to manage your money well. And so he said this to me, and I was like, you know, this makes sense. I'm sorry, but I tune out 90% of the things most men say because most of them be on BS. But he was telling me this. And so then I had this one day, I was off, and I didn't steward my time well. So it made me have to rush the next day when I had work. And I realized I was late to work the next day because I didn't steward my time on my day off well. So me being late that next day technically cut into my money. But think about the money that was lost from not editing. I could have uploaded a video. I could have been preparing myself to be on time for the next day. There's just so much I could have done within that time that would have earned me more money, whether that money was actually there as in being on time to my job the next day, or hypothetical as in uploading a video that could have gone viral or something like that. And it really made me realize you would not be able to manage your money well if you can't even manage your time that could be used to make money well. And I don't know if I'm explaining this in a super profound way or if you're like, yeah, you're just repeating what he said, but it really stuck to me. If you break up the day and say, hey, I can make $10 each hour, but you fumble an hour scrolling on your phone, it just makes you think I could be using my time in a much more valuable way, but I'm not. I could have gotten myself further, but instead I chose to play with my time. And then time is so valuable, you can't get a day back. I will never be 22 years old and 245 days old ever again. The day has already passed, or has it? I don't know. Hypothetically, the day has passed. I will never get that moment back again. I will never be that Jalen again. The youngest I am right now is right now. Time is so precious and it slips so fast and you don't even realize it till you wake up. So it's like, steward it well, do it well, make it count. Show that you are able to strategize and prioritize your day in a way that leaves you feeling refreshed and set up for more. You shouldn't be chasing your responsibility, playing catch up, using all your time to dilly-dally while giving your full attention the time that you give to somebody else. I wake up, I give myself 3 hours to do the things that are essential to me to start the day. These have to be my non-negotiables, which means my night routine has to set me up for success. Because if I want to wake up at 6 a.m., I can't be up at 3 a.m. doing nothing useful. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Set yourself up for success by stewarding your time well, okay? And last but not least, the thing that I am practicing right now, you are going to have to do things tired. Yes. And I think that finally clicked for me when I realized I can plan my day out. I can be like, okay, I'm gonna go to work from this time to this time. I'm gonna come home and cook, and then I'm gonna do this. And like, you can set yourself up to block out specific times to do tasks. But at the end of the day, you're never gonna fully be on schedule. And even if you are, things are gonna come up or something else is gonna be added into your schedule. Whatever it is, there's gonna come a point where you're gonna have to do something and you're gonna be tired. You're gonna be drained. You're gonna say in your head, I didn't realize when I worked for those 8 hours and then I scheduled myself to edit for 2 hours right after that I was gonna be tired while editing it. I worked today. I've been driving all around the city. Haven't been having the best day. But at the end of the day, this YouTube is the most important to me. This is the most important to me. This is the thing where I'm like, I cannot slack on this. So I came home. No matter how irritated I am, how frustrated I am, I'm going to make this video. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna get through the process. I'm gonna do it tired. I wanted to walk in this house, wash my face, tie my hair up, drink my juice, and lay down. But I didn't do that. I'm gonna film this video tired. I'm gonna do my night routine. I'm gonna be consistent. I'm not gonna do the bare minimum today because I know I've got that energy in me to do it, but I'm gonna make sure that I'm consistently doing those things that make me me, and I'm gonna pray, and I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, and I'm gonna be 22 years old and 246 days old, and I'm gonna thank God for that, embrace that day, embrace that moment, embrace that time, because I will never be able to get it back, and we're gonna go forward. We are rebuilding. Sometimes I'm gonna be tired. Sometimes I'm gonna be frustrated, irritated. Sometimes I'm gonna have a day where everything I had to give my bare minimum, but at least I was consistent. This is the part that I feel like you don't get to see a lot. You don't get to see the nitty-gritty of the rebuilding. You don't get to get into the mindset of the person who is striving for greater while they're in the trenches, but this is the trenches. So we're going. We're sprinting, you know, even if we gotta dry heave on the way to the finish line. Thank you for watching my video. I will be more upbeat and hyper in my next video, okay? I've got my list of videos for you. Don't even worry about it. But I'll catch you in my next video. Thank you, bye.